My name is Ron Drescher. I'm an attorney practicing in bankruptcy and commercial litigation in Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. And today, I want to talk about fraudulent conveyances. Now, that sounds really bad. Anytime you use the word fraud, it should make your hair on the back of your neck stand up that someone is being accused of doing something really wrong. And there's a kind of a fraudulent conveyance that is like that, but they are not all like that. Fraudulent conveyances are similar to preferences because they give the trustee the right to set aside transfers that were made before the bankruptcy case and bring them back in for the benefit of other creditors. Now, the typical and the classic fraudulent conveyance really happens when somebody who's afraid that they're going to lose property in bankruptcy takes their asset and they transfer it to a relative or to a friend, or somehow moving it away from the reach of creditors. And now, we're going to look at their intent. And if we think that they're doing it to avert creditors and to make it impossible for them to get paid, we're going to bring that back and say, you know what? You made that transfer with fraudulent intent. Therefore, we're going to bring that transfer back. And there are other consequences that are pretty disastrous when you do that, like an inability to get a discharge if you file for bankruptcy within a year after you make that transfer. Now, but there's a totally different kind of fraudulent conveyance, which is when the debtor is insolvent, when the debtor doesn't have enough assets to cover all their debts, and so that someone is going to be unpaid. Sometimes the debtor just makes a transfer and doesn't get adequate consideration back. Doesn't necessarily know that it's doing anything wrong, doesn't do it with intent to hurt their creditors, but what happens is the creditors do get hurt because the debtor makes this transfer of an asset, of some kind of property, and doesn't get a fair return from that transfer. So the value of the debtor's net worth is diminished. And it's diminished in a way that the law believes is unfair. My name is Ron Drescher. I'm an attorney practicing in bankruptcy and commercial litigation. And if you have a question about a transfer that you made or a transfer that you received, pick up the phone and call me. I would love to hear from you.